Welcome to Freedom Soapbox,
Freedom Soapbox.
the number one podcast
For life.
from our perspective. Nandi,
They call me Ashley.
it's our take on ally, finance, entrepreneurship, real estate.
Psychology, philosophy, our struggles, what's going on in society today, global warming, and of course, what's up with Chuck.
Freedom Soapbox, the one podcast for life.
Freedom Soapbox.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Another senseless murder of a black individual by a police officer in Wisconsin. And the debate, rather than focus on how absurd it is that and how inhumane it is to kill an individual out on the streets. This man was shot in front of his kids without any trial, without any. He's paralyzed from the waist down and he's in the hospital. And come to find out, I just found that he was shackled to his bed while he was in the hospital.
Wow, like as if
He was a criminal. And the police justified this because they said that's the procedure when you're a suspect.
unbelievable.
So
He's not even technically arrested,
right. But they put him on
but they
shackles.
still cuffed him to the bed.
Well, they arrested him while he was out there with the bullets in his back. They still arrest
Seriously?
even dead people. When even if they kill you, they
You
still
are pronounced arrested.
you hear them. They go putting you under arrest, blah blah, blah, and they put a cuffs around the dead person. They've done it before. They do it. This is their procedure. These people are following procedure. So you find out that I don't think that these police
it's not humane
officers.
at all.
Do you think? Let me ask you. Do you think that the police officers are racist, or do you think that they are operating under a racist system?
I think that they're racist because even if you're like a loving individual who cares about all of the people, and you're just happen to be operating, having to work for a racist system. If you come into a situation where someone's going to be killed, or even if your coworker is like shooting someone 7 times, you would have done something. You would be against that.
I personally think that. I personally think that they're just working under a racist system, and they're limited in terms of what they can do.
I know they're limited, but even if the racist system protocol is, calling for you to shoot someone and kill them, I think that if you are not a racist and you care about all the people, something inside you is not gonna let you murder somebody. You might beat someone up or you might follow protocol, but there's a line.
Listen,
So if you're if you're a decent human being who cares about people, and you're facing that line, I don't think you're going to cross it.
Okay.
I don't think you can.
Okay, so I'm willing to give the police officers the benefit of the doubt, because I've also seen black police officers treat other black suspects badly as well.
Do you think that they would kill them? Or, go cross the line? Maybe you treat them badly because you're following protocol, you're doing whatever you think you're supposed to do, but when it comes to something that immense, because you're taking a life, that's huge. That's not just beating someone up.
Well,
There's a line there, and when you cross it, you're a murderer. So I don't think someone who cares about other individuals would cross that line. Maybe they'll go as far as beating someone up unnecessarily, but they're not going to be murderers.
So let me tell you a story. When I was younger, back in the day in Houston, we used to go out to this club, Metropolis, and right outside, I witnessed a fight, a really, really bad fight between a police officer, a black police officer, and another guy that's going to the club. I don't know how what transpired that got him to that point, but just the fact that as soon as the fight broke out, all the other police officers jumped in and they were just kicking this guy. Like, and they were just taking turns to punch him and kick him. And this was another black guy that they were doing this to. So, and it was with black and white people and Hispanic people doing it. And that there told me that it's not necessarily a racial thing, because when you're in the heat of it and there's a confrontation going on, there's a lot of adrenaline that's going on. And if you're a quick trigger, if you're the kind of person who doesn't even think, let me try to put up a fight, and your immediate instinct is to pull your weapon, I can see a police officer discharging their weapon just out of fear. Okay? But what's the problem, the real problem, is the system that allows them the power to do that without any consequences, without any, there's literally no backlash. They can discharge their weapon at will and they will be fine. In Nigeria, I remember like years ago, like when I was a kid, police officers were not allowed to just fire their weapon. You had to.
In America or in Nigeria?
No, I think this is in Nigeria.
Oh.
Or maybe I'm mixing it up, but the police didn't carry guns. They just had a baton. Now, what they did was, if there was a really bad confrontation, then they called the military, and the military are the ones who, or mobile police. Those were the ones who had the weapons. But your regular day-to-day traffic cop or like minor disturbances didn't carry a weapon.
That I think is a much better idea.
I
A way
remember
safer
that
idea. Yeah. You're right.
And so you start to find
very highly trained individuals
should
can operate
carry a
weapons.
weapon.
Only when it's necessary do you call them.
Exactly.
Other than that, police officers have no other weapons than that they beat people
Then their
with.
baton. Yeah, that's it. Like they should be able. You should first send those guys to figure out what level of issue we're having there.
Yeah.
If it's like a social call, they can actually have conversations and try to diffuse the situation. But then if it's a call where there's a true threat, then you get the people with the weapons involved. You escalate it. But here we have the opposite. They just
Yeah, it's like everyone's
first.
completely armed and yeah,
first ask questions later.
either that or they use their judgment and they'll just
It's
be like,
like-
I don't like you, bam.
It's like prosecutor, jury, the judge, the entire trial happens right there outside.
Yeah, right there. And they get to decide who gets to live or die because of whatever was just
And
happened.
here's the worst part. Then they start trying them in the media. And the dead person can't even defend themselves.
Yeah.
The media is open season. They go into the past of this individual.
They're like, well, he has a record of,
I think he deserved that bullet. Maybe he deserved extra bullets. One each bullet for each crime he committed.
Unbelievable.
You hear them on TV.
It's
they say things like
insane.
that.
How can you even think that? Like, you realize you're saying that just because this person has done things in the past, at some point, maybe they stole something, or maybe they're just not model citizens, maybe they have been to jail a few times, or whatever. Because of all that, clearly they deserve death. They deserve murder.
Lifelong punishment. Hence, that's why felons can't vote. And I think just once you're a part of the system, you're pretty much done for life. It's kind of, you can't hold any true license and things like that. It's just a terrible mindset.
Yeah, it is.
The culture of guns, the culture of weapons of warfare. It screams of a society that's lost its true purpose, its true identity. I don't understand this hunger and thirst for blood. I don't understand it. It seems dark. It seems like it comes from a dark place.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because love does not. Where there's love, there's no hate. There's no, killing and death and people stepping over the homeless and justifying it by them this virtue signal. Like, I earned it. Y'all need to get off the streets and go to work. Y'all lazy bums. No.
Mm-hmm.
If you had love and empathy, you would not say something like that. You would want to share, because whatever money you made or you think you have, you're not taking it with you when you leave this world. You can hand it over to your kids and they'll just squander it, and that's all your hard work and gets just pissed off in a decade.
But you know what you are taking with you? The love and the legacy that you want.
Exactly.
Or you're leaving that, I guess.
You're leaving that behind, and what do you want that legacy to be? Oh yeah, you just made a few bucks. I don't even think that the world remembers people who didn't make an impact.
Exactly.
If you were a Wall Street guy and you made a ton of money at Wall Street, I don't even think people remember you kindly.
No.
The people who are remembered kindly are the ones that impacted the world, whether it's positive or negative. Like, say for instance, like Henry Ford. He impacted the world by bringing the car to existence. Like, like the banking people, or J.P. Morgan introduced banking. They just banking on another level. What I'm trying to make is, if you impact the world, you should seek for opportunities of impact, and the money is just a side effect of that. That's where you make the most. But what you find in society a lot is they separate these things into philanthropy and for profit. Like, as if they're supposed to exist separately. No, all these things is one. The people who have made the most money are the ones who facilitated. They facilitated progress in a niche. Is it communication? Facebook facilitated communication, took it to a whole nother level. Okay, is it the internet? Google took it to a whole nother level, where an entire library of books that people had to read before is now in just like seconds of typing in a few characters.
Yeah.
So, like, this is what I'm telling you. So if you want to make so much money and also like leave a legacy, look for impact.
Yes.
Like how can you bring water to a village that's going through drought? If you figured it out, you're gonna be so rich you wouldn't even know what to do with money. And not only that, you're gonna be making huge impact.
Yes, people will remember that.
Their children's children will know who you are. That's what I don't understand. Why people why are we arguing over BS? Like, things that don't matter.
Right.
We should be debating real things. How can we make an impact? And we're better to make an impact than the continent of Africa. It's so bad. It's so just fertile.
You're right.
There's estimated to be 2 billion people there in the next decade that we're going into. Yeah, there's gonna be 2 billion people, and most of these people are like between the age of 18 and 35. Like, they're in their prime. That labor market in itself, is wealth, and most of it is untapped. And we sit over here in the West in our little boxes, fighting for scraps, because these markets are already saturated. There's nothing new here.
Yeah.
You can bring an idea. You you can create the umpteenth Uber or the 100th, I don't know, Lyft or the 100th
The Uber of this, the Uber of that.
a Grubhub. You
Yeah.
know, this is just like you're fighting over scraps. There's a continent of people out there that you could just go over there and be the first and dominate. Like you get more share. And that continent is being overlooked. Actually, it's not. The Chinese, they in there.
No, they know.
They in there already. They taking it up. They eating it up. Them Chinese people, they're moving. They moved quick.
Yeah.
But there's still enough for everybody.
Right.
That's the mother Africa. Mama Africa, the earth.
The motherland.
That's where it all, thank you. The motherland. That's where it all came from. It's an unending well. That well.
Chuck, stop. Good.
Get out.
Like it's like I just allow her to stand there because I'm like, whatever. She already made her bed. But then she thinks it's fine to dig.
Anyway,
So
I hope I was making sense. Because, yeah, we're doomed to fail. Or we're designed to be this way. I don't know which one, which line you draw on that spectrum, but I just like, it's complex and amazing and disappointing and exciting and hopeful all in one. On one hand, it's disappointing that we can't see beyond our petty differences. And then on the other hand, I'm so excited to have this opportunity to live in such beauty and experience this life.
yeah, me too.
Because it's a gift. It's 1 in 400,000 or 400 million chances that you could have been that sperm that didn't make it. There's a ton of sperms that just get lost.
There's so many. God, I think it's a miracle that anyone is even here.
That's my point.
God, it's like, why is it so hard?
We should be grateful. Like every day, just celebrate and just say thank you. I get the chance to look at this sunset over the ocean. Oh my God! Please, thank you. That's what we should be like. That's all we should be doing. But we're here arguing about the skin color.
Oh man.
It's disappointing.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah, this is the world we're living. I have a call. I didn't know that. 9:30 New York time will be 6:30 here, then, right?
is. Yeah. Is it today?
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, what? Like, I don't understand. So
I didn't even know.
there's supposed to be a Zoom meeting? What is a Zoom meeting for?
They're just trying to catch up. And I'm like,
okay.
I didn't know it was like happening right now.
Huh.
I'm not even sure what this conversation's gonna be about. I don't know about you, but I need some food.